Once upon a time, in a large garden, there was a tiny tomato plant that nobody seemed to notice. It grew alongside the other vegetables that had grabbed the gardener's attention: the tall, green beanstalks, the leafy lettuce, and the vibrant carrots. The little tomato plant looked up at the bigger vegetables and wished that it could be as bold and bright as they were. One day, a young girl named Lily came to the garden. She wandered through the rows of plants, picking and sniffing each one. When she came to the little tomato plant, she was surprised to find a tiny tomato growing from its stem. "Hello, little tomato," she exclaimed. "You may be small, but you're just as important as the other vegetables in this garden." The tomato plant suddenly felt happier than it had ever felt before. From that day on, it grew and grew until it was one of the biggest plants in the garden. The other vegetables watched as the little tomato finally found its confidence and strength. They admired it for always standing tall and being proud of who it was, no matter its size. As summer turned into fall, the tomato plant produced the most beautiful, red tomatoes. The garden was overflowing with them, and everyone came to see the amazing plant. The other vegetables realized that it didn't matter how big or small you were, what mattered was how you saw yourself. And so, the little tomato became the star of the garden, teaching everyone a lesson about self-confidence and self-worth. From that day on, the gardeners and the other vegetables treated it with the respect and admiration it deserved. From that moment, the tiny tomato that no one noticed became the pride of the garden. All over the city, people started talking about the little tomato plant that grew into something wonderful. Whenever anyone visited the garden, they couldn't help but smile when they saw it. The tomato plant was happy and fulfilled, knowing that it had found its place in the world. It knew that it didn't matter how small it started, what mattered was how it grew and how it saw itself. The tomato plant would always remember the little girl named Lily who first saw its worth and encouraged it to be bold and beautiful. Even today, the tomato plant is still growing and fruiting, continuing to teach the lesson that everyone is important, no matter their size. If you enjoyed the story, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Have a great day.